Hello, this is Spellbinder's report. I'm going to read something out of the 2012 book Science or Superstition by Alexandria Bruce. That is, I'd show it to you, but for some reason this camera is showing it backwards. I'll have the behind me in the right way. There's also a documentary of this very book too, that you can get from iTunes under the same name, 2012 Science or Superstition. And this is one of the interesting things that they talk about. I believe we're going through the galactic plane, but this is interesting too because this is probably part of that. We're going through the galactic fluff. It says, we are entering an energetically hostile part of the galaxy. Short answer, maybe. Physically, some say the effects are spiritually beneficial, and it refers you to Chapter 7. It says, Russian geophysicist Dr. Alexei Dmitriev, author of the 1997 scientific paper The Planetophysical State of the Earth and Life, claims that the solar system is entering an area of space with high concentrations of plasma, which is leading to irreversible changes in the basic energy states to which we are accustomed here on Earth. Effects here on Earth are to be found in the acceleration of the magnetic pole shift, in the vertical and horizontal ozone content distribution, and in the increased frequency and magnitude of significant catastrophic climate events. There is a growing probability that we are moving into a rapid temperature instability period similar to the one that took place 10,000 years ago. You know, when civilization was about as advanced or more advanced than it is today, and came crumbling down, and we went into basically the Stone Age back to the Dark Ages. The adaptive response of the biosphere and humanity to these new conditions may lead to total global revision of the range of species and life on Earth. It is only through a deep understanding of the fundamental changes taking place in natural environment surrounding us that politicians and citizens alike will be able to achieve balance with the renewing flow of planetophysical states and processes. That was a quote from Dmitriev. In his 1997 paper, Dmitriev described an increase in the kind of effects we have been discussing throughout this chapter, such as increased quantity of matter and energy radiating from the solar wind, which Dmitriev suggests is the major cause of global warming. The increased velocity of the CMEs, or chrono mass ejections, and geomagnetic field reversal. Dmitriev notes that these changes are being felt throughout the solar system, with polar ice caps melting on Mars, increasing atmosphere on both Mars and the Moon, and the increased luminosity and magnetic storm activity in our solar system's gas giants. Dmitriev states that the cause of Earth's changing geomagnetic and atmospheric conditions originate from external interstellar cosmic space, that they are an outgrowth of the continuous creation that has shaped and continue to evolve our universe. He says the present excited state of the sun is present within the whole organism that makes up the solar system, including all of its planets, moons, near-Earth objects, as well as plasmas and or electromagnetic mediums and structures of the interplanetary space. We will continue to see unpredicted energetic processes and formations on all of the planets and between their moons and between the planets and the sun. According to Dmitriev, Earth is in a process of dramatic transformation due to the geomagnetic shift, which will affect compositional changes in the ozone and hydrogen saturation levels of its gas plasma envelopes. He says that this is part of the transition into the new state and quantity of space-Earth relationship. Vast historical and statistical material has showed that solar activity acts as an accelerator and a moderator upon the whole biosphere, which manifests in frequency and quantity of births, deaths, harvests, epidemics, heart attacks, emergencies, bank crashes, catastrophes, suicides, population growths, and decreases, etc. All of this places humanity and each one of us squarely in front of a very difficult and typical problem, the creation of a revolutionary advancement in the knowledge, which will require a transformation of our thinking and being equal to the never before seen. This is no other path to the future than a profound internal experiential perception and knowledge of events now underway in the natural environment that surrounds us. It is only through this understanding that humanity will achieve balance and the renewing flow. The official view is accepted science, at least according to NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the U.S. federal agency that monitors conditions of the oceans and the atmosphere, is that while it is clearly established that sunspots and CMEs have a direct effect on geomagnetic storm activity on Earth, the jury is still out on whether these can or do affect the Earth's climate or crime rates, etc. Astronomers generally agree that the solar system has been passing through an interstellar cloud that is known as the local Fluff for 44,000 to 150,000 years, and that we will continue to traverse it for another 10,000 to 20,000 years. There are numerous reports from reliable sources about climate change occurring on individual planets in the solar system, but I haven't found any Anglo-American scientific sources referring to these phenomena as solar system-wide, though they clearly are. And I've seen no major source attributing to the cause of solar system warming to a rough patch as we seem to be hitting in the local interstellar cloud. It will be interesting to see how this story develops. And there's also this article, next one is The Electric Universe. Many statements of Dmitriev's paper sound a lot like those proposed by the electric model of the universe, also known as the plasma cosmology. As with all alternative to the Big Bang model, it is referred to as a non-standard cosmology. The two major pillars of modern cosmology are based on the theory of relativity and quantum theory, and yet, as Einstein himself noted, the two are incompatible. And that may be because the two theories deal with matter, as if it's the only consequence is the bending of space. The electric universe, on the other hand, deals with the electrical structure of matter and subatomic level and works its way up through the living system, if you like, planets, stars, galaxies, entire universes, and it shows that it is the electrical structure of matter that forms these amazing shapes we see in deep space. Magnetic fields are threaded through space and all dimensions, through the solar system, on the surface of the sun, between the stars, within galaxies, and even between galaxies. Within galaxies and between them. The alternative cosmology is presented in a documentary called Thunderbolts of the Gods, viewable online for free as of this writing. The fundamental assertion of Hannes Alfvén, one of the theory's main proponents, is that the electromagnetic forces are equal in impotence with the gravitation on the largest scales. This view is considered to be heretical by the mainstream, though Alfvén received a Nobel Peace Prize for his work on it in 1970. Alfvén's biography, posted on the Los Alamos National Laboratory website, says that many of his ideals have played a central role in the development of several modern fields of physics and astrophysics, yet they were dismissed or treated with condensation for most of his career because they were so ahead of their time. Alfvén's theories of astrophysics and plasma physics have usually gained acceptance only 2 or 3 decades after their publication. And there you go. That's the explanation of most of this. But we're going through the local fluff. I still believe we're going through the galactic core of the galaxy. We're the actual sun and earth movement is like this, in and out of the plane. It's a wave going up and going above the plane of the galaxy in certain perspectives to it. This is why you'll see when I show the graphics behind me, I'll have all the graphics there. But this book here is a must-read for anyone who wants to have a broad understanding of 2012 science or superstition. It gives three dozen theories easily on what could happen in 2012, and it's pretty good. The local fluff theory is one that's being accepted now. We're going through a rough spot in the galaxy, and it's a cloud we're going through. Like I said in the very beginning, I'll be showing these pictures I'll have behind me, and you'll be able to see this. But if this is what's happening, this is causing the magnetic flux to pole shift. I mean, the poles are moving at what, 40 miles a year now? I mean, it was like 10 years ago they're only moving 5 miles a year. Now it's suddenly, they just made a check and it's 40 miles a year. The Tampa, Florida airport had to redesignate all. And this is what's causing the polar shift, is the way our sun's going through another cycle. The sun's in a very unstable cycle right now. It could, I mean, they're saying that the 19.5 degrees where normally the sunspots are, which is where the CMEs originate from, is going to move towards the equator because the sun's going through a magnetic shift itself. It's going through a field shift, and so this normal 19.5 degrees on the north and on the south of the sun is going to move towards the core or the equator of the sun, leaving us like in the midst of a barrel of a shotgun for CMEs, coronal mass ejections. So till next time, this is Spellbinder saying good day, be good at it. Continue your research. Prepare. That's all I can say. Have at least several weeks of food and water stashed and ready to go. Buy a case of bottled water. I mean, prepare. That's all I can say. Don't be the grasshopper, but be the ant, as in the fable. Or the grasshopper hung around while the ant was busy collecting food and everything to store for winter, and the grasshopper said, "Oh, I don't need to do that. I have time." And then winter comes and he ends up having to smooch off the ant because he didn't prepare. Until next time,